How's it going, everybody? It's Technic Gamer, and today I have a Redstone tutorial for you, and this tutorial is about a door lock. Now, how this lock works is if you flick one switch and the other, a few seconds later, the door opens. Flick them again, walk through, and in a little while, sometimes it takes a few moments, the door will shut behind you. So you can look through your chests, yada yada, maybe play around with something in your house. And then when you come back, the door will shut behind you. So it's short enough time where you would probably notice if someone came in right after you. And then to get out, flick a button, walk on out. So now this is pretty good because if someone were just flicking these switches, trying to figure out how to get this to work, they might not be able to figure it out. Especially since there's a little bit of a delay. Unless they've seen this video, and even then, there's ways to hide these switches. Like if you put them like right next to each other or something like that, they probably wouldn't be able to figure it out immediately. So overall, it's a pretty good system. Now this works by, I'll show you the wiring back here. This switch, when is powered, it extends this piston, extending this extending this sandstone block, completing this circuit, which is a 2-tick clock, 1 tick for the repeater, 1 tick for the torch, and as you know, repeaters can send power through a block, and then eventually as 2-tick clocks burn themselves out, which you'll see in a second, this repeater right here will lose power, shutting off this piston, retracting the sandstone, and this power right here will be lost. Now that will turn this torch on, completing this half of the AND gate. Now on the other side, it's exactly the same system. The torch is flicked, piston extends, completing the circuit, the 2-tick clock burns itself out, this repeater loses power, retracting this piston and sandstone block. Then the repeater here can't send power to this wire, turning on this torch, turning off this half of the AND gate. The AND gate is completed, and this torch is powered. Now this is an AND gate. This 3-block setup, 2 torches, redstone, and another torch right here. And so there's basically 3 main parts to this. The 2-tick clock, the circuit, like it's almost like a fuse it seems like, and then the AND gate. So I'll show you how to build this in a second, but you may be concerned that all this wiring is above ground and looks pretty messy, but over here in this building it's completely concealed and it works exactly the same way. Flick this switch, a few seconds later door flies open, flick these 2 again, except this way I built this one, the door shuts really quick, so you don't want to. I'll show you how to build it another way. Now if you build it underground like I did here, you only need to dig 2 deep, so basically like this you can fit all the redstone wiring in a 2 deep hole, and the only blocks that you need to have above ground breaking the surface are these 4 right here, and I'll show you why. So we're going to go down here in this hole, and as you can see this is the same exact circuitry as the other one, only the reason you need to have those 3 blocks above ground here are to power these torches, or so these torches can be there and so you don't cut the wire here. Now let's get on out of here if I can fly, and I'm gonna go into bed, and in the morning we will show you how to build it. Okay, now to begin building this in the most compact and foolproof way possible, luckily you can do it both the same ways at once. You just lay a piston down, has to be a sticky piston, and by the way you're going to need, these are your supplies, you're going to need redstone torches, 2 switches, 4 sticky pistons, a couple repeaters, plenty of redstone wire, and 2 building blocks. They can be the same, but basically at least one of them has to be able to push by pistons. For example, obsidian can't be pushed by pistons, but sandstone can. So then after you've placed your first piston, you're going to lay down a sandstone block, and pointing into the block you're going to have a redstone repeater. Only you're going to have it 1 out because you don't want it to start pointing into it. You want it 1 away, but you want to make sure that it is pointing into the block. Then on the other side of the piston, you're going to lay down a redstone wire, another block, and then a torch coming off of the side. Then you're basically just going to complete the circuit, wrap it around here. Now you have to make sure that it comes out of the torch all the way around and into the backer of the repeater. You can't have your wire here, for example. It won't work the same. So now you have that set, and make sure it's at 0 ticks or none set, so the shortest possible setting. Then over here, you're going to set down your repeater, and then set that to 4 ticks, the full amount. Then another piston, sticky piston. Then on the end of that, a sandstone block or any kind of block. Now, this time you actually do want the repeater touching the block. You face it in there, and then on the back of the repeater, a redstone torch. On this side, you want to lay down a wire, another block, wire, a torch, and then a wire. Then you want to lay down 3 blocks, and this is going to be our AND gate. Now the AND gate is created by simply putting a torch on one side, on the other, redstone wire in between, and a torch facing out. Now you're half done. You're basically going to create the same exact thing on the opposite side. So you're going to count, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. That's where you're going to want your piston. So now we can make it completely symmetrical. This time though, instead of facing this way when you lay your repeater, you want to face this way, so it can just be more symmetrical and fit together better. And then do exactly the same thing. A wire, a block, torch coming out, and then use wire to complete the circuit. Now you've basically created the same exact thing as over there, only symmetrical, exactly flipped over, a mirror image. Then place down your repeater, set it to 4 ticks, your sticky piston, and then what did I do here? Oops, I did the same thing again. This is supposed to be out one more. I do that a lot. Don't forget to place your sandstone block here, your repeater here, wire here, block here, torch, and then just complete the circuit. So I basically just goofed up a little bit. And I should have checked that before, but oh well. And then add your repeater, then your sticky piston for real this time. Don't forget to set it to 4 ticks. Then right here, your sandstone block, and complete it by doing this. Laying down your repeater with the torch, wire, block, torch, wire. And you're all set. You have your circuitry completed. Just run some wire out from the torch on the side to your door. Then run some wire from here actually, I think it has to be pointing into the piston, so I'm going to do it like this. Because I think you have to have the wire pointing into the piston like that. So then lay down your blocks. Then your 2 switches come in right here. And if you watch your creation unfold, flip the switches. Door opens, flip them again. Walk on through. And then to get out, you're going to just want to place a button right here. Let's grab a button. And ta-da. You're all set. Now, don't forget that to reflip the switches. Now, what I mean by that is, when you flip them in the first place, and the door opens for you, you can't immediately walk through. You have to reflip the switches back off and then walk through. Because if you don't do that correctly and you leave them on, like this, when the torches reignite, you'll see what happens right there. See that piston? It keeps going on and off really quickly. You don't want that. So I'll just wait till another torch comes back on, and I'll show you what I mean. If you don't reflip the switches, you'll get that problem. So just reflip them, and you're all set. So that's a tutorial for you today, guys. Thanks for watching, and if you learned something or enjoyed the video, then please give me give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about this, leave a comment. And check out my channel, Technic Gamer, for basically similar redstone tutorials and a let's play, and also other games let's plays, if that makes sense. Let's play other games like Borderlands, for example. And also I'm making a tutorial on a combo lock with a maximum of 4 tries and then it shuts down. So basically it's a system where you have a combo lock, which if you don't know what that is, then you can watch the tutorial. And if you try the combo and you get it wrong 4 times, then it will automatically shut down. You can't try anymore. So that's pretty good. So people can't just keep trying over and over until they eventually get your combination right. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.